Peace and salutations. My name is Michael J. Turner, and you are shining with the Arizona sun. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here, which is wherever you're at. This is StereoPHX 888. I can't save you. I can only share with you how I'm saving myself. This video is meant for support and to help anyone who's trying to ascend, transcend, transform, transmute their energy. I can only share with you how I'm saving myself, as in I can only share with you the things that I've discovered upon my own reflections, upon my own self-analysis, upon the own work I'm doing in building my pyramid. And hopefully that can translate into something that can help somebody else who struggles. Also, as I struggle, because I struggle, most definitely. So let's go. The idea of this video is, my last video was about shifting timelines. This video is about essentially when the old version of me, the old timeline, the spiritual entity I created, which was of an old frequency, of a lower frequency of my past, tries to redirect me back towards itself because it's been around so long. I created a version of me that I stayed in for like 20 years, just about. And something like that has been fed so much emotional responses, energy in motion, energy in motion, energy responses, e-responses, and emotion-based responses. And for a long time they were so powerful. These type of things, right? So it doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to die, right? So there's gonna be, I'm gonna reveal to you what I discovered as far as how I can address this and the explanation of this. All right. So emotional responses start attracting things because I'm spending my time and giving and paying my attention, spending time paying attention and giving my focus, because where focus goes, energy flows, creating a frequency, which is the old frequency if I'm feeding into the old ideas, the old version of me, okay? And this is energy that comes from within. Energy from within, because the voice is coming from within, so that's the plane of consciousness that's going to be fed energy. It needs to feed energy from me. Can't come up into this physical world and feed off other stuff and get big and come and get me. It has to feed off my energy to corner me into having a fear of my next step on my personal legend, on my path to ascension, on my path of transformation, transmutation, and transcendence. So the old frequency created and fed by energy from within cultivates a fear of moving forward, because that past version of me, if there's infinite versions of me, that past version of me is being fed stronger and stronger and stronger, which is how it works for the higher version as well. And as I listen and as I am more aware, my self-awareness increases and I can discern, the higher version of me will also have a voice, which is the next thing I want to get to, because essentially in my experience, I'm gonna give you my take on things. I literally can hear a different voice. There's like or a nudge or something like that that's hinting me one way, telling me one way, and then there's another voice, another influence within my mind that pushes me to go another way. And right now it's a war between them. Because before the higher version of me can become the predominant voice, I have to feed it energy. So identify the voice in my head, right? Because this fear of going forward comes from my past version of me, the past cycle I was within, right? So how am I gonna do this? That's the question. Because at the end of the day, why should reality submit to me if I can't submit to myself, as in follow through on the things I've decided, retain my boundaries, Practice self-worth, self-love, and self-care. Why can't I follow through on something I've determined that I should do? Or like if I just basically, and because my background comes from addiction and toxic relationships, self-destructive lifestyles, prison, jail, so institutions. If and throughout that time, I had multiple times decided one thing and then did another, or even from hour to hour, 20 minutes later, I'm going against myself. So during this internal war, where energy comes from within, with time, focus, attention, why would it be so important for me to submit to myself? Well, that would be how I feed that guy. But it's a battle, right? So the idea is the battle. How do I do this? Well, responses over reactions. I need to respond to things rather than giving an E-reaction or E-response. I think reaction would probably be the better term right here, but because a reaction is the instantaneous thing right at the top, this is what I'm going to go with. Maybe right, maybe wrong, but it's usually influenced by some type of, if it's an emotional reaction, then it could be based in fear. It's not going to be serving me as well as if I can pause to discern, right, where this is coming from. This thing that's creating this emotional reaction within me, and decide if that's me or not. Because it's not me if that's how the old me would have felt. It's not me if that's how the old me would have proceeded. So that's the hack. I can say, that's not me, that's you. Because I'm talking about a different version of me. That's you. It's you. Because at the end of the day, what happens is, if I don't, it leads to an outcome of self-sabotage down the line. Because fear of the next step, I set myself up. I've done it before, so as I go forward, I have to be aware of myself setting the stage for my old frequency to take back over because of self-sabotage. So, but how do I do this? So, emotional resilience, alright? This is all going to be formed through discipline. Thought redirection. This has to be practiced and implemented. It's not going to be immediate, but over time, my subconscious mind will be trained to not think these things. If I have these type of thoughts, I have to, or obsessions or cravings or whatever, if I get stuck looking through a window, I have to be able to redirect my thought. When it happens, just start thinking about something else. And that exercise will cultivate a different pathway of thinking. Most definitely. You've got to train myself, got to train my own brain, train my own mind through discipline and mental fortitude, right? So the best way to achieve discipline and mental fortitude for anybody is to establish a workout routine. No doubt about it. Working out is like the ultimate metaphor that translates into many things in life, because you don't get results immediately, and the mental fortitude gets built at times when I wanted to quit, but I kept going. The more I do that, the more I display, or the more I establish within myself that I can push through. And it's like a muscle, working out a muscle. So, when I work out, it's not just for my body, it's also for my mind. And sticking to the routine is a simple way of seeing the discipline that I can establish, doing it every day, which translates into what else, So, and it like puts you in a state of consciousness where thought redirection will be a lot easier. Focused in because of the workout. So emotional resilience is the solution, that and the hack of saying, oh, it's not me, it's you, to my old version of myself, to the old version of myself, to dealing with basically attracting my old frequency, attracting the old version of myself back. Because what I'm trying to do is attract this guy. And I don't want to self-sabotage myself. So with that, I think that's the Jingle Bell Rock. Until the next episode, love, peace, and hair grease.